you're looking to dive into topics on how to live a happier, healthier, more fit, and long lifespan, then you've come to the right podcast. Living the Dream with me, Coach Damian Evans. Together, we will explore the topics on all things health, fitness, and wellness. Together, we will be lifelong learners on this journey to living the ultimate dream. What up, Dream Team? Coach D here coming at you from beautiful sunny San Diego, and welcome back to the Living the Dream podcast, where we're going to finish the week strong by covering how to properly fuel our bodies based on what works best for us individually and in order to reach for our health, fitness, and wellness goals and in order to live our dream life. And today's episode is sparked by a post that's been making waves online. It goes like this. If this was your weekly grocery list, you'd lose fat, gain muscle, and have zero food cravings. Here's the grocery list. 2 cartons of eggs, 2 to 4 grass-fed steaks, 2 to 3 pounds of ground beef, 1 whole chicken and fish, vegetables of your choice, avocados and berries, 2 large Greek yogurts. If this was your weekly grocery list, you'd lose fat, gain muscle, and have zero cravings. That sounds pretty good, right? But is it really that simple? Could this be the secret that we've all been missing? Or is this another one-size-fits-all oversimplification dressed up as nutrition advice? Let's break it down with science, real-life application, and practical tips for anyone chasing fat loss, muscle gain, and long-term health. What does this list get right? Let me go through the list one more time. 2 cartons of eggs, 2 to 4 grass-fed steaks, 2 to 3 pounds of ground beef, 1 whole chicken and fish, vegetables of your choice, avocados and berries, and 2 large Greek yogurts. What does this list get right? Well, this list has some serious strengths, especially compared to the standard American diet, the SAD diet. It's whole food focused. You're avoiding ultra-processed junk food. You're focusing on nutrient-dense, high protein, high fiber, satiating foods. Those are all huge, huge wins. Protein prioritization here, eggs, steak, ground beef, chicken, fish, Greek yogurt, all are amazing high-quality sources of complete protein. Protein has the highest thermic effect of food. It keeps you full longer and supports lean muscle growth and fat loss. It also has micronutrient richness. You're getting zinc, B12, iron, omega-3 from the fish, potassium, magnesium, calcium, and antioxidants, especially if you're going with those berries and those vegetables. These support hormone function, energy, your metabolism, and recovery. Great micronutrient richness in this list. Craving control, high protein plus healthy fats and fiber-rich veggies and berries. That is a recipe for awesome, amazing, fewer energy crashes and less sugar cravings. So craving control is great with this list. And the simplicity of it is fantastic. A list like this, it helps to reduce decision fatigue. It's clean, it's straightforward, it's realistic for people who really just want structure and consistency. Now, what's missing or what's oversimplified here? Here's where it gets tricky, because while this is solid advice, it's a solid list, it's not a complete system here. Number one, where are the carbs? If you're sedentary and trying to lose weight, this low-carb approach might work well. But for active people, athletes, women with hormonal concerns, or anyone training with any sort of intensity, strategic carbs are going to matter. And this list is kind of missing what we need there. You want to think here, sweet potatoes, white rice, beans, oats, bananas, more fruit variety. These provide fiber, they support thyroid and hormone health, and they fuel your workouts. Most importantly, they give you the energy for you to perform in your workouts if that's something that you do on the regular. Demonizing carbs is outdated science. Fear-mongering with carbs is outdated science. Yes, the keto diet is amazing and it has helped so many people, and I think that's where this post came from, was a keto advocate. But it's outdated science when it comes to helping with our fueling of workouts, with our performance. It also, this list, lacks of fiber diversity. Vegetables of choice is really vague, and you need a variety of colors and plant types to feed your gut microbiome. Your gut health plays a role in everything from cravings to mood to immune health. More gut-friendly additions to this list could be leafy greens, cruciferous veggies like broccoli and cauliflower, fermented foods like sauerkraut and kimchi, and resistant starches like cooled potatoes or green bananas. Also, this list, it really doesn't have any mention of lifestyle context. This grocery list assumes that everyone has the same goals, the same training, the same calorie needs, and the same access to nice, good grass-fed beef or organic Greek yogurt. What about if you have a budget? What about if you have family meals and you have to cater around kids? What about cultural food preferences? Traveling or eating out? What about the flexibility? A good nutrition plan, a good plan in general, adapts to real life. This list, not so much. Now, granted, this list was probably posted on Twitter and it probably had a limited amount of characters here, but we're just going to kind of dive deep in this just because that's what we can do here on a podcast rather than a short form social media platform like Instagram or X. Let's zoom out for a second here. Fat loss versus health and longevity. If your goal is fat loss, this list can be a great base. Why? Because it has high protein foods, which protect muscle during fat loss. It has whole foods, which means lower calorie density per food, usually. It has satiety, fewer cravings and less snackings with this type of quality food intake. And its simplicity is really, really nice for better adherence. But you still need a calorie deficit if your goal is fat loss. You can gain fat even on healthy food, even if you have this list, even if you overeat here of this food, you will still gain fat if you consistently eat above your needs. Also, low-carb diets can work, and for a lot of people they do, but they're not superior unless they help you eat fewer calories sustainably, which may be the case. Carbs are not the enemy. Over-consuming your caloric needs will be the enemy if your goal is weight gain. If your goal is to not gain weight. If your goal is health and longevity, this list is a decent start, but it needs a little bit more. It needs the fiber diversity for your gut and immune health. It needs carbs for thyroid, for sleep, for performance, and for hormones. It needs omega-3 balance, so maybe considering adding things like sardines, salmon, or high-quality fish oil. It needs variety, rotating proteins and veggies for micronutrient coverage. And it could do with a little bit of flexibility to avoid food obsession or orthorexia. In other words, longevity thrives on nourishment, not restriction. Make space for joy, variety, and cultural connection around your food. The biggest mistake with this kind of post is it presents itself like this magic solution. It's one of my biggest pet peeves is going and scrolling online and seeing all these POV posts. POV, this one stretch will help get you out of back pain. POV, this one health lifestyle activity will help you live to be a centenarian. There's never one magic solution. If there was, we'd all know about it. And while the foods listed are absolutely here, health promoting, no single list is going to guarantee zero cravings, automatic fat loss, muscle gain, and lifelong satisfaction. That comes from your habits, from your training, your sleep, your stress management, and your consistency, along with your ability to adapt. So what's my take on this list? You can use this list as a base. Really, I do really like the foods on this list. And honestly, this is kind of closer to how I eat personally as well. But do not take this list as a Bible. Here's what I recommend. Number 1, build 80 to 90% of your meals around foods like these. Number 2, add smart carbohydrates if you're training or if you're feeling flat, low energy during your workouts. Number 3, don't fear flexibility. Life is too short for food guilt. Number 4, keep it personal. Honor your body, your goals, your lifestyle. Rule number 1, do what works for you. Number 5, this list does a great job of this, prioritizing protein. It's still the number 1 nutritional lever that you can pull if you're trying to change your body composition. If you want to mess with body fat or be able to create muscle, lean muscle tissue, prioritize protein. Number 6, really important, support your sleep, movement, and mindset, the real metabolic multipliers. Sleep, movement throughout the day, not just one workout, just a bolus of movement once out of your day. Your body was meant to move. Movement is life, motion is lotion, and fitness is medicine. And on top of that, the cherry on top, but it could be the most powerful thing, is your mindset. Your mindset. Identify as a person who does the things that you need to do in order to get to your goals. So is that viral grocery list wrong? Not at all. But it's only one chapter of a much bigger book. If you're chasing sustainable fat loss, stronger muscles, fewer cravings, and long, healthy lifespan, your food choices, they matter. And we know this. But so does the way that you live. So let's stop chasing these magical lists, these magic bullets that everyone can just use and be exactly the way they want to be. And let's start chasing consistency. Let's start chasing being the CEO of our own health and educating ourselves, which I'm preaching to the choir right here because you've made it to the end of this episode. So if you can think of anyone that can benefit from this, please share this episode to them and let them know that you're thinking of them. And until next time, fuel smart, live strong, and keep living the dream. And that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me on this Fuel Up Friday episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Please share the knowledge that you gain with your friends and family and hold each other accountable. If this episode inspired you, share it with a friend who could benefit from a little nutritional education. And to support this podcast and help it grow, please subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on and leave a review telling others how this podcast has benefited you. Leave a comment on this episode letting us know how you're incorporating what you learned today. And this is really a non-cost way to help get this important wellness content into more people's ears. Tag me at livingthedream_podcast or at CoachDamian_SD and let us know how this episode benefited you. Let us know what we missed. Let us know what we got wrong. We want to know. Message us if you have any suggestions or tips that would help your Living the Dream team that we can discuss in future episodes. I will be right here with you working on making us stronger, happier, and healthier humans. Until next time, friends, keep living the dream.